From groups of dancing misfits to city boulevards populated by hundreds of same-looking drones, The Freak is a film full of a diverse and complex array of computer-generated characters, vehicles, and locations. This was all achieved by one person using only 3 personal computers. The total production time of The Freak amounted to about 6 months, so in creating the short, it was important to keep the process streamlined and economical. After the story was completed, the entire film was storyboarded shot for shot. This not only detailed specific camera placement, but also revealed what elements needed to be constructed and at what level of detail. Drawn concurrently with the storyboards were the production designs. These detailed guides established the look of every character and set piece before more time-consuming 3D modeling began. While modeling, most objects were deliberately constructed using low polygon counts with corresponding medium and high-resolution versions made for close-up shots. These close-up, or hero objects, were only used as needed. Level of detail was important for this film, since the screen would often be filled by hundreds of individual CGI elements. It was many's intention to have the CGI production mimic live-action style filmmaking. This meant that everything had to be on the screen at once, and not rendered as separate elements. The Freak was in many ways a proof of concept, seeing how one can push CGI technology to resemble the real-world creative process of being on a traditional soundstage. To do so, many skipped the compositing stage, instead placing all elements in the computer interface at the same time. Here, a city street contains all the elements for the final shot. The drones, often seen in the dozens, were designed with simplicity in mind. As in most CG human and animal characters, a system of bones was employed to manipulate the geometry into animated walks, gestures, and so on. But after several drone copies were placed in the city, the computer began to slow down. So many removed the computation-intensive bones on all but the hero drones, and replaced them with copies that used morphs, 3D morphs, to generate walk cycles. Although the animation was more crude, it was acceptable for these extras seen at a far distance. The Freak himself was a full-fledged CGI character, complete with bones, an inverse kinematic system to easily manipulate parts like a marionette, and morphs applied as facial expressions, accessed via a bank of animatable sliders. The same systems also powered the Freak's little friend, Remy the Rat. Another example of the streamlined process can be seen in the tank's treads. Instead of animating all the various wheels and treads, many simply animated the textures and then applied a 3D morph to add an overall sense of motion. Special effects like smoke and depth of field were also created in camera and not as separate elements. In fact, the effects could even be previewed in camera before rendering commenced. The climactic showdown between the Freaks and Droneville tested the computers and the movie's schedule to the limits. Several Freaks needed to dance simultaneously. The solution was to use a single dance step and distribute it with offsets to all the characters. Using an advanced non-linear animation system, the dance step was applied to each character. The dance cycle times were then offset and scaled for each character. Additional animation gave uniqueness to each Freak. A new dance was even created for one particularly heavy Freak. Lighting was of particular importance to the film. Many wanted to give a warm, stop-motion animated feel to the project, without resorting to time-intensive rendering systems such as radiosity. The solution was to use several lights, sometimes dozens, to illuminate a particular scene. The program's multi-pass motion blur system was further used as a way to position lights at different locations upon each render pass, effectively multiplying the number of lights by as much as 16 times. As computer technology continues to progress, so do the possibilities for artists, animators, and filmmakers to take their most ambitious ideas and make them a reality. And these incredible tools are becoming easier and more cost-effective, giving more and more people the opportunity to realize their wildest dreams.
Shiver,